Hello, my loves. Yeah, we are officially starting the Galactic Vision monthly video readings that are exclusive to the sacred space of the Galactic Vision tribe. So I am so stoked to be doing this. I'm so excited to be, bringing through these new teachings and this wisdom that is, it's just had me just like giddy for weeks now, months now, since it's come through me, and now we're officially here. I'm officially talking about it, and I'm doing monthly videos for the, first time ever. I'm kind of going to be going back to how when I first started doing videos, but when I first started doing videos, they were with just the new moon and full moon, but because everything's always so organic with me, I like to just look at the chart and start talking. So this is what I'm going to do with each one of them. But with the monthly videos, I'm going to be having a base greeting for everyone. So you'll want to watch and see when I stop so you can fast forward if you watch another sign. But I wanted to kind of pull everyone together and kind of talk about the monthly theme that is really kind of operating in all of our lives, and then I'm going to go more specific for each sign and tune into what's going on with everybody. As you see too, I also have moon mapping readings in here, and those have been so much fun. It's another thing, one of the things I think when we're born with these gifts, we can learn them from another person, but I believe that for a lot of us, it's just about exploring them on our own, and they develop as we put energy and love and focus into them. So even with the moon mapping readings, I've never done that kind of thing where I tune in to a particular energy of the day and a month in advance. So I was kind of like, I don't even know if these are going to resonate. I was like, I don't know. But every day I would go into a day and I would just be given all these images, and I would have these sensations sometimes in my body. And now that I've done, 2 weeks that I've shown you the last 2 weeks, and now that I've done the next 2 weeks, I see how totally crazy different they are. And I really didn't know that I was able to do this. So I always kind of, encourage people to come out of their comfort zones like that and not think they have to learn it from another person, but to really trust that we're all sovereign beings. We can figure this stuff out on our own. We can do these things on our own. There's a lot of things that we don't really need instructionals from somebody else teaching us how to do this. We innately know how to do this, and it's kind of getting out of our way of judging ourselves, which I'm always kind of like, I don't know if this means anything, but I've gotten enough reinforcement from everybody that now I'm like, this means something. I'm going to talk about this. So it was new for me to tap into the daily energies. I had not done that before, and even with the last 2 weeks that you guys have been able to watch or to read, I didn't resonate with any of those. Like, everybody is having really difficult times in the energy right now, and I was like, I don't really feel anything. I feel great. Like, I've been having some of the best days of my entire life where I just feel so carefree, and I feel like everything is so beautiful and nothing affects me. Things that normally stress me out aren't affecting me at all. And I do have to tell you, I'll just plug this in here, even though I don't like to do this too much with my readings, but we have a new product out that I had Rosie create, and I called it Lightning Bolt, because I asked her to create something that grounds us firmly whenever we have some shocking situation in our life, like running into unconscious people on the streets, and or having an argument with our mother, or seeing something devastating out in the world that, like something like 9/11, like everybody would need lightning bolt, because it just grounds you, and it kind of gives you this overall perspective of what's really going on so that you can move forward solid and not in a fragile state. So when I finally got it in my hands and tried it, I had an example to base it on, and it was amazing how it shifted me within 5 to 10 minutes. So now I've been taking it every day, and what I realized, it's this incredible mood elevator. Like, I am so, like, all these things that everybody has been having such a difficult time with, I have not even felt. So because of the lightning bolt. And I just wanted to let you all know about that, because it's something that you haven't really heard me talk about. I think all of our products are the bomb and are amazing, but this is one I'm really excited about because I feel wonderful and everybody else is freaking out and having such a hard time. And me, I'm just like, hey, you know, it's all good. So it's kind of a profound product, and I want to change it, like lightning bolt to liquid bliss, and they'll be the same. They're both LB, but it's so blissful. It's so, like, it's just amazing. Like, something with the things that she picked for it is just absolutely, it's saved me every day, and now I take it every morning. Or if I forget and then something starts stressing me out and I'm like, get to the lightning bolt, and then I take it and I'm like, okay, everything's fine. So it's pretty amazing. So, okay, this month is very much about splitting off, breaking apart, separating. And what we have to realize is that anything, 2016 is the reason that Galactic Vision and the guides came through me to start teaching, or to start sharing these teachings with you. So you already know, I've been saying it for years, that after 2012 we had 3 boot camp years priming us and getting us ready for the things that were to come in 2016 that actually are kind of scary, and kind of, I mean, even some of them are already hitting the scene into our awareness, these threats that could happen, and they are in the manifesting field. So it's very much that this will be the potential and we will be living this. But my galactic guides came through and said we can change this, and it's through enough of us vibrating in the Galactic Vision love, which you'll start to be able to read about in issue 1. And when we are vibrating in this in the 8 vibration of Galactic Vision, we are better able to change situations that can occur on our planet. We are better able to change a person to keep them from doing something devastating and destructive. So through our intentions, we're going to be able to change the world. And it's totally far out, but the more I've been shown all these teachings and the more they're talking to me about this stuff, I know we can do it. So that's why we had the 3 years of boot camp. That's why the Mayan calendar ended. And then we have 3 years to kind of wake up to how we are doing the exact same thing that ended that civilization, which is being too much in the excess of everything, and too much into superficial things, and too much into consumerism, or too much into gold and dazzle and, So, and depleting our resources for the purpose of feeling fulfilled in life through these things that aren't really the means to how we get to that. So we're having the exact same world play out, and we could lose it all. We absolutely, there have been psychics who have seen no more after a certain point, and we're at that point. So there's no time at all to play ego, to play I don't believe this, to play I don't need to change myself, to play I don't need to better myself. We have to right now, and we need everybody signing up and going, okay, I'm ready to learn this stuff, I'm ready to take the high road, I'm ready to shift my vibration up into the Galactic Vision so that I can start influencing this planet and keep us alive this time. We're having the exact same tests, and we can just fizzle away and die and have it, there's, 200 people on Earth, or we can really just start making these changes to rebuild this planet and to change our, way of thinking, which has gotten us into the hole we're in. But at the same time, it's not about judging ourselves, because we are just doing what we have been shown. We are buying all these things because it's all we've known. So it's not about putting ourselves down or it's not about putting other people down too. They're only doing what they know. So what you're going to see in the Galactic Vision, it's not about making another person the bad person. And if you understand history, and this is just what I'm getting, because there's so much more to it, but one of the things that really changed American culture and history was when Nixon was just got into office or something, or he was in office for a while, but yeah, Nixon was in office. Okay, so when the people started saying, no, we don't want to have war. So when the youth, for the first time ever, rose up and said no, and they were like, we can come together in numbers and we can change going to Vietnam and murdering people and thinking that war is the way. So when the 60s, in the late 60s, when that uprising came, that is when the forces behind, you know, Nixon and the government, they really kind of stepped in to bring about the me against you mentality. So that's when people who were opposing the war were evil, you know, and it was painted through TV, it was painted through any means to get messages out that people who were disputing the war were terrorists or, you know, whatever. And we had this again played out with 9/11, and now we're having it again played out now. So we're back in that me against you, me against you, me against you. And it's really gotten us to where we are right now, that we now have this mentality of always judging another person, always putting them down, always needing to cram our opinions down their throats. And it's not how we do it. You know, we can actually change people more through energy and through visualization than we can through trying to tell them, no, my sports team is better than your sports team. Listen to me, you know. Everything that you really see out there now is me against you, me against you, me against you. My race is better, my sex is better, my sports team's better, my town is better, my country is better. And it's all a bunch of bullshit because we're all connected, we're all one, we're all affecting like a big mass thing of water. Like every one of us is affecting everybody else. So Galactic Vision is going to open us to that. And with where we are right now, things are breaking apart. So relationships are ending, friendships are ending, work relationships are ending, jobs are ending, living in places are ending. So if you're feeling like this really strong discomfort right now, it's for a reason. The place you're living is not right. The person you're sleeping to is not right. That friend is not right. That collaboration is not right. And if it is right, it feels great. You know, if it is right, it's like, you know, I was telling my best friend in town here, I was talking about this weeks ago, and I'm just recognizing my relationship with people, and I love her so much. This is Rosie, actually. I'm the one who created Lightning Bolt and creates all of our, you know, amazing products. And I was like, every time I'm with you, you know, I never feel uncomfortable. I never feel like I can't say anything. I never feel like I'm picking up on something weird. I never feel like you know, I never feel like I can't say something, I'm having to hold back, but I really need to say something to her. It's nothing but 100% smooth flow, totally natural. I can be myself, she can be herself. And I was telling her, I was like, we really need to be more honoring of our space and only go for things like this, because we sacrifice a lot. We think, well, this has been my friend forever, so I'm going to hang out with her even though she's so negative, and I am so down when I leave her, and I've been in this relationship for 30 years and I should never leave it because I swore we'd be together until death, and blah blah blah. We've talked about this in recent videos, and right now with this splitting apart energy, it's making it so that it's like intolerable. It's like, I can't even stand the sight of you, or I can't stand to even smell you, or I can't stand to hear your voice. Like, it's like absolute oil and water right now with the people that we are not meant to be in, with the towns we are not meant to be in. You know, and even with that, there's certain locations where we just shine, you know, and there's certain places where we just feel like we're dying. Things just aren't right. And it's really about us taking the risk and opening to where that new place is, where that new person is, where that new job is, where that new way to make a living is. And it doesn't have to be anything that's stressful. And the most important thing, because we come from this foundation of judging everybody as, oh, you're bad, there's something wrong with you, we have to retrain our brain to say, we're breaking apart, but it doesn't mean anything bad about me, and it doesn't mean anything bad about you. You know, we have to retrain ourselves to stop going back into that old pattern of then being like defending this thing, or, you know, laying out the, well, you do this and I can't, and da-da-da. Like, we don't even need that. Like, just end it. It's not working anymore. We have to end this, you know? It doesn't need to be this huge debate of like putting somebody down, shaming someone, making them feel bad. It just needs to be, we don't resonate, period. And I'm actually going to be talking about this in the next Galactic Vision, but I'll just jump in with it right here. We're not meant to like everybody. You know, we're not meant to love and like everybody. That's not how it needs to be. If we loved and liked everybody, we would not have those best friends that feel so amazing. You know, you will never leave their life unless something changes. You know, we need that contrast. So if we just liked and loved everybody, we wouldn't have these amazing friends that we feel such soul connections with. So we just have to understand that it's a barometer. It's something showing us, guiding us as to, this person isn't really right for me, this person is right for me. So we're going to talk about that in the next Galactic Vision, and some teachings on how to go about that, how to initiate that, how to honor that, and how to just make the decision and go on. Because it's the same way if you made a bath and it's ice cold water, you put your foot in there and you're like, ah, I forgot to turn on the heat, I am not taking a bath. You don't just then force yourself to get in it and just deal with its ice coldness. You walk away and you go, okay, I can't take a bath right now, though we have no hot water or whatever, you know. So there's going to be all these teachings that kind of show us how to do this in honoring ways. So this month you can expect that fractures are splitting you off in every direction. You just need to honor it. You just need to go with it. You don't need to put other people down because of it or judge them. And you also need to be open to a realignment of more suited people into your life. So everything that ends brings about something that's going to begin. So do understand that if something's ending for you, there's something new that is going to arrive. And when you're in the Galactic Vision, you trust that. You don't judge this as the end of the world, the end all to be all, or I say that wrong, my editor told me, and I can't remember, the be all to end all, but you don't always judge something as something being wrong. You're more just like riding in a roller coaster, and you know that it's not smart to get off, and you don't know what's going to happen, but you know you're going to be safe, and you're going to eventually be getting off of that and being like, oh my God, that was so much fun! You know, while you're in it, you're like, oh, I want to do this, and I'm freaking out, and then you're always like so exhilarated when it was over. So it's really about learning to trust that, learning to trust the Galactic Vision lifestyle, learning to see where you go and being okay with that, and not labeling it as good or bad. My team's better than your team. My opinion's better than your opinion. You're so behind the times because you have no clue about GMOs. We don't need any of that. We don't need to judge anybody for what they're doing. We just kind of have to trust and use our energy to be like, they're going to wake up from that. You know, something's going to shift in the world, and they're going to wake up, and we're going to be able to combat this issue instead of getting mad and shoving our things down people's throats. So this month is all about breaking apart, but being excited for what is going to then come back to us and magnetize towards us. Okay, so now check out where the minutes are, because I'm going to be saying these on everyone. and now we're going to get into the monthly readings for December 2015. Okay, see you soon, as in 1 second. Bye, kinda. Okay, Aries, December. Okay. So let me just look at your chart. Already I can see clearly now the rain is gone. So this kind of already is telling me kind of where you're at. Okay, so it really feels like there's a lot of correction going on in your life, and it feels like new decisions have been made, possibly from positions that were really kind of difficult and where there was almost a wishy-washy energy of not really knowing what you should do, how you should deal with this, what's going on. There was also something with kind of hoping for the best, or just wanting to just keep with something because it felt like the right thing to do or something like that. And a decision was made, and at first there may have been like, gosh, I don't know about this. Was this the right thing to do? But following that and where you should be right now is really kind of feeling really empowered and optimistic about the changes that you've made, the decisions you've made, and how they're going to be bringing in a new kind of sense of freedom. And it feels like the realm of these were in relationships, in business relationships, with friendships, even with jobs that you worked at. There's a whole area where you've just been like in something that just didn't really feel right, and something about it felt off, and there wasn't really the motivation yet to make a decision or to go in a certain direction, but it's coming to you in the month of December. And during December, there's just going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. This is what I needed to do all along. How come I waited so long for this? So there's also going to be a lesson in kind of helping you learn to make these new decisions based on what your body's telling you. Because it feels like there's been signs. There may be physical signs. There may be, I had it where I sometimes when I hire people to come help work with me in my house to do shipping and things like that, I've noticed that sometimes I'll get so tired. And like with certain people, even though I may know them, love them, adore them in this other arena, I just will have no energy. I'll lose all my energy. And now I kind of know it's a sign that I can't work with this person. Nothing against them, but this isn't right. It may just be that they need to pursue something else, and I'm holding them back if I give them this little part-time position. So I've learned to read the signs like that, and you are in some way learning those too yourself, that I kind of knew I needed to do this all along. And it has this, uncomfortable birth passage in that it's hurting another person, or it's upsetting the status quo, or whatever, but there's something with it that is difficult for you to do, because your conscience is like, do I need to do this? Is this really what I need to do? And then when you finally do it, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I feel so much better. So it's what you're supposed to do. And there has been lots of clearing. There should be starting to feel kind of a more of a lightness. And I had noticed that recently over the months, like the earlier zodiac signs were the ones that were really struggling a lot more than the older soul end of the zodiac, So, but you feel like you're turning a corner. There's something with like turning a corner on something and really kind of feeling more optimistic and hopeful about what you can manifest in your future. There might also be something with needing to move, something like there's not harmony with something. It could even be that you're going traveling in December. Something is taking you out of your familiar environment. And while there's just this kind of new rejuvenation, possibly even opportunities, kind of a new excitement coming into your life through being in this different environment in the month of December. So it actually could have happened even in November too, because I'm feeling like some people have had it happen. But it's just something that's like, oh my gosh. So there's sunshine in this reading. It's that thing of, the rain's gone. Oh my gosh, I can see clearly now. So there's something being able to release something, let go of something, shift through something, shift outside of something. Even putting yourself into a new space that's different from your normal environment, and it's just opening you and it's inspiring you. So there's also, there's still a lot of things dealing with relationships, kind of focusing on your people in life, maybe even making a decision that's really kind of difficult for you, but knowing it's for the best for both parties. There's two aspects of this. So it is kind of thinking, I have to let this person go because in a way I'm holding them back. Kind of like probably what I said with the job thing, how I'm thinking of you. You know, this very well could be because you need to bump into another opportunity that's, you know, 5 steps down the road. And I'll be holding you back if I keep you. So it can't even be something if you have to separate from something or break off from something, a work relationship thing. There's not the need to nitpick or put one person down or judge another person or even judge yourself. It really just seems like it was inevitable, and these parties are needing to go into opposite directions because there's things waiting for each one of them. So there's no like, you've made such a mistake, now you're going to suffer. Actually, no, this needs to happen. And it's kind of that thing where you met in the middle, you learned what you needed to learn, and now it's really about moving into another direction to now learn something from another group, another partner, another town, another something. And there is the need for you to, okay, yeah, there's the need for you to not be too judging it, being nitpicky with it, putting it into the categories of I can't be with you because I don't trust you, and you. No kind of blame game thing. Just kind of know that you are also kind of heading in a new direction with your soul's purpose. There can be changes, there can be things falling away, and it's important that you just kind of understand that the people you're meeting, the situations that are coming, the struggles you're having, you know, because there may be something health related with that too, are actually part of your work and happening for a reason. To, you know, it could even be like you had to get sick to go to this doctor to find out that that doctor's the person that's your soulmate. You know, there's some kind of synchronicity tied into it. So this is happening. So there's an important message not to get down on things, not to think this is messing you up. If anything's put off schedule, not to judge it as a bad thing, because there's other pieces coming together on this that you just have to wait for. And you also need to be positive and not like putting yourself back in life by thinking something's wrong, something's messed up, I planned on it being this way and now it's not going to be. So everything has just gone to hell. There's a reason, there's a message to kind of trust more that something's happening, and it's for the good of all parties. So nobody's losing out because they're leaving. You're not losing out because you're leaving. You're not losing out because this has been put on a back burner. Your career is not losing out because it's been delayed because of these obstacles. There's all kind of something really kind of powerful and magical about all the things coming together for you right now. And you just need to trust it. And I know that you can see that. You're also supposed to, there is synchronicity showing up when you are in this new environment. So whatever is happening, really kind of go into it knowing you're going to bump into somebody, you're going to have some opportunity happen, you're going to get a yes, you're going to get that job, you're going to get that gig, you're going to get that new house. So really kind of holding that energy of positivity so that it can more naturally come to you. Let's see with that, hold on a minute. There is also something too with a relationship where you are providing something that you don't really know how good this is, for you or for them, but it's this ability to kind of see all sides of things and again understand that it's going to be okay and that it's right on schedule. So you're also needing to show that to another person. So it's really not about fighting or again like putting them down, but just really kind of, you know how like if a mom is freaking out, the kid's going to freak out. So you're kind of in this like parent role of needing to express in a way that has full gratitude and trust no matter what you're seeing, so that the ones around you can also pick up on that vibration. So if there are any breaks or separations or changes happening, You just need to hold that space and to emulate it and to put it out there that, okay, then this is how it goes. You don't need to go kicking and screaming and making a big scene. It needs to be this really honest, deep surrendering into, I know that this is part of my path then. I know that I will see later on that this was for the best. And I think it was Pisces, which these could be kind of cross-pollinating. But when I was talking about the Pisces reading, I was saying how this one man, I talked about him on my video, and I had said that he's all gruff and shit. And if you met him, you would absolutely agree. If I had 30 people in front of you and I was like, which one's all gruff and shit? He'd be like, oh, it's that one. But anyway, when he watched it, he thought I said he's old, gruff and shit. Like, I'm like, who's going to do that? He's old, you know. That's what we talk. That's how we describe someone. Oh, he's old. You know, who does that? I mean, I guess you do that when you're 15, but you don't do that when you're 44 like me. So I was like, I didn't say that. You're wrong. But anyway, he was so pissed off at me. He's wanted nothing to do with me. Got so angry. You know, I've even like seen him. And I mean, he's just full of rage, and I've had friends that have seen him, and he's full of rage with them, like rage over it. And it's not like I gave his whole name and address. Nobody even knows who he is anyway. But anyway, he would bring pot over to my house, and if you know me, you know I love smoking pot. It's my hugest weakness. You can always get me over to your house. I'm like a kid with candy if you say you have pot. So I'll drop everything. And because I know I am that way, and because I'm really smart about addictions, I don't go there. So I don't have it in my life, but you can always get me to come to your house if you have it. I'll be like, no, I can't. My schedule is so busy. I cannot come over for dinner tonight. And then you'll be like, but we have pot. And I'll be like, okay. Okay, so what about if I show up? Okay, how about I come now? You know, it's like something that totally malfunctions me. The moment I know there's pot, I have zero control. Like, so with that in mind, I don't have it in my house, and I would not get any of my business done if I had it. But anyway, so it bothered me so much that he, you know, was so hurt by this, and I tossed and turned over it forever. What could I do, you know? But then I finally, you know, over the months, and it's been a couple years now, what I realized is that it stopped that pot coming into my house on a regular basis. Because he would always just call, do you want me to bring over pot? I'm like, okay, you know. And so it's kind of like something like that is for you right now. So it might be uncomfortable. You don't know why this has happened. You don't know why this thing you thought was going to happen now isn't, but you have to trust that in the long run it's perfect. Like for me, if I still had him bringing pot over every weekend, I wouldn't be here right now doing these things. I would be off in La La Land having the time of my life, but I wouldn't be doing all the stuff I'm doing. So there's something like that for you to see. So there's just really a deep trust of like, it's on the perfect timing. This is how it needs to be. I need to keep my eyes on the future and be hopeful and positive for what is to come that I don't see yet, because you're in a great space with a lot of opportunities and magical things to come. So this was kind of a clearing of the slate, and it's a benefit for everybody though. So don't think, oh, I'm the right one and I made the best decision and whatever. Everyone's benefiting from this. This had to happen for all parties to kind of move to this new thing. Okay, so that's your December. I'll see you in January. It's just getting even better. I'll see you January. Okay, bye.